Welcome back to another motherfucking video. Today we're going to be reacting to some Moist Critical. You know, we be keeping our ear to the streets. Another day with the best community in the community. And you know, he says she's talking about the Epstein files, and that's all I know. So let's get right into it. This shit's about to get good. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Another day with the best community, and let's just get right into it. Hey YouTube, you're so cute. Everybody say hey to YouTube. Fine shit.
I don't even know how to appropriately express my shock for what just unfolded here. Best I can do is one of these.
Can you try? Oh, let me try. Hold on, let me try, Moist. Let me try after you.
What just unfolded here. Best I can do is one of these.
Let me try. How did I do?
Like a Mr. Beast thumbnail.
Miss
Melania Trump, from out of nowhere, just delivered a speech going over Epstein. The whole thing was more surprising than when people learned Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. And even more surprising for me, because I only recently learned that Melania can speak. I hadn't heard a peep from her in many years. I just assumed she had taken like a vow of silence or something, and that Trump just speaks for her. I only learned that she talks after the trailers for the Melania documentary, which, by the way, is directed by Brett Ratner, who was also present in the Epstein files with some not good photos out there of him. Interesting choice to direct her movie. A big part of this press conference was about how it's a bunch of lies that
he be getting into it. He be knowing what the hell he be talking about. I don't care what you say. They can't get this guy. He just be doing his research.
She was like
make him a nice little YouTube video about it. Gotcha.
Or like nice a victim of Epstein, and that it was only ever casual correspondence with Maxwell / Epstein, and that the email that recently came out, you know, it's misleading. It's not actually indicative of like a personal connection there. So she tries to defend that and shoot all of that down.
Hey, you know what somebody commented over my YouTube video? They said, I hate the way this guy talks over the video. Why are you talking over the video? They kept saying, they said it like 3 times in one sentence. And it was like, what the hell are you watching a reaction video for? Why don't you just watch the original? Duh. What the hell?
And then she also says some things that are
directly
contradictory to Donald Trump and the entire administration's stance on the Epstein files.
Now is the time for Congress to act. Epstein was not alone.
I was right. I knew it. She got like a Czechoslovakian accent. But now is the time. I knew it. I was right.
Those words alone just had Kash Patel shoot up out of his bed in cold sweats, awaken abruptly from his slumber, tinkling his breeches, and he's going to need to calm down by butt-chugging some brewskis, because Perjury Patel has maintained that Epstein, there's no credible evidence that Epstein trafficked minors to anyone. The only person is Epstein and Maxwell. That's it. There's no other clients or anything. But here, the First Lady is saying Congress needs to act and that Epstein wasn't alone. This flies in the face of the
she said
official stance of the administration and Donald Trump himself, where they talk about how justice has been served. So get over it.
No, it hasn't.
Even Todd Blanche is not even shy about it. Not a crime to party with Epstein. Probably won't be doing any further investigations. Their official stance is that everything that would ever happen with the Epstein files has happened, and that the American people shouldn't care about it, and anyone that does care about it is a bad person.
What? Fuck them.
Also, the Epstein files aren't real. They're a Democrat hoax. Meanwhile, from out of nowhere, Melania Trump delivers this speech where she's talking about her relationship to Epstein and how, like, there's a bunch of lies about it and it's all not true, but also how important the Epstein files are and that action needs to be taken, which is very, very much flying in the face of her husband's.
That's why I'm saying, like, this would go like directly against Donald Trump. What made her do this? They getting a divorce or something? What made her do this? This would be in direct opposition to the favor of her husband. Like, what would make her do this? What will make her speak? What will make her clear up her relationship with Epstein and want to just even speak on him to the public in general? And, you know,
perspective on it, and the administration that is desperately trying to make people forget about it. This came out of nowhere. Melania Trump delivered this at a time where no one was talking about the Epstein files.
Facts.
The media had forgotten about it.
No, facts.
The administration got hit by the Men in Black neuralizers.
There's
They
not
didn't even know
even
who
like a
Epstein
viral tweet
was. They
about it
forgot
right
that
now or
name
anything.
entirely. And then Melania Trump comes and does this.
I call on Congress to provide the women who have been victimized by Epstein with a public hearing specifically
A
centered
public hearing? Whoa. Whoa.
around the survivors. Give these victims their opportunity.
Who gave this to her? She's getting strong-armed by somebody. I ain't gonna lie, somebody's threatening her. Cause she can't even read what she wrote that well. She can't even read what they wrote for. Let me clear that up. She can't even read what they wrote for her that well. She don't even know English. She didn't think of this. She just, who the hell?
To testify under oath in front of Congress.
Why they didn't give it
with
to
the
her in
power of
Czechoslovakia?
sworn testimony.
She would have read it faster.
Each and every woman should have her day to tell her story in public if she wishes, and then her testimony should be permanently entered into the congressional record. Then,
What?
and only then, we will have the truth. Thank you.
This had
That'd be 3 fucking hours. Thank you, everybody who's been every second, every minute. And I swear that she can get your babbage. Put your hands up high.
be a huge jump scare to most people in the administration because I don't think they signed off on that. And I read a couple reports that she went rogue and did this without like official approval through the channels of the Epstein administration and their attempts to cover it up at every possible angle imaginable. So if those reports are true, if that's accurate, and she did this just willy-nilly, you know, on a whim, I bet the administration is fucking fuming over it. And now she calls for Congress to act, but Melania, get ready for the cold water. That call's coming from inside the house. You need look only in your bedside. Donald Trump is one of the main perpetrators of covering this shit up. His whole administration does everything in their power to
He's
bury
gonna
it.
say something about
So
this
she
shit.
is
He
now
has to.
mentioning the Epstein survivors
He
directly.
finna tweet about her.
Which is,
Melania
that's like Voldemort's
doesn't know
name
what
to this
she's talking
administration.
about,
They
okay?
do not address the survivors,
finna
the
tweet
victims
tonight.
of Epstein. So that was extremely surprising to hear her directly talk about it and how important it is to hear their testimony. I agree. We should be able to hear more from them and get more information about their experiences here and at least hear from them, which has been something this administration has been desperately trying to avoid, plugging their ears
That's gonna be a crazy day. Oh my
to
god.
it. I think she's right when it comes to that. Now, this wasn't the only thing she was addressing during this. The main thing is she was trying to set the record straight on her connection to Epstein
That's
and
what I'm
how
saying,
they
like,
weren't
what even
close
makes
at
you
all, and all
care
of these
to clear the
lies that have
record
been
on
spread
your
about her
relationship?
being an Epstein victim or a close associate and pal are just a bunch of hooey, it's all hogwash. Which, again, comes out of nowhere because I hadn't heard those claims come up in months. This has been something the mainstream media has been radio silent on, crickets. So this just came out of nowhere and once again puts it right in people's noodle, brings it, you know, right up front and center, which is great. I mean, actually, it's really wonderful that she decided to start talking about Epstein again in this way because now, once again, it will remind people of the blatant corruption and the evil, the heinous acts that are being covered up here.
I ain't gonna lie, just like the next video we react to is like, the internet is so day by day. They're gonna wake up tomorrow and they're only gonna remember what's pushed to them in the media that day. It's so crazy. Like if there's no Epstein tweets this day or nothing about it, they're not gonna remember him. And then 2 days go by without tweets about him or posts about him, and it's cooked. It's not gonna be in your brain anymore.
This administration, it really is
The
so
internet
wild
is really
because
day by day.
this was not being discussed all that openly.
And that's why these people that do these heinous acts, they don't even, cancel culture is not real and they don't get canceled anymore because if you just let a couple days go by, nobody talks about you and something, you know, the next time you get online and do your thing that you keep doing, then it's like people go on about their day.
You know now, crazy. As a result of this, that some email has been shared about her emailing with Epstein and Maxwell or something to that effect, which is something she also talks about in this. So I'm guessing that was probably the catalyst that made her want to do this. But it was something that people weren't really talking about until she brought it up. It's like if I go into a crowded theater and I say, all right, everyone, listen up. I just want to make it clear I did not shit my pants. No, and I don't want anyone here to think that I did. All right.
Facts.
Now that that's out of the way, carry on. Just one of those things where it's like, hey,
Now I'm gonna be honest. I think you shit your pants now, buddy. I'm gonna just be real. That's just me. Don't get mad at me, but that's just what I think.
Really,
personally.
like, thinking about that, but now that you've mentioned it, it makes us think that you might have doo-dooed. Like,
Yeah.
did you poop your pants?
That's what I said.
Like, what's bringing this up here?
What
The
made you?
lies
What provoked
linking
you?
me with the
It's like that one time when the baby went on stage. Do y'all remember that? The baby is one of the last people that ever got canceled. The baby is the last person that got canceled. But do y'all remember when he went on stage and he said, raise your cell phone lighters and raise your hand if you're not sucking dick in the parking lot? What? And then he said, like, raise your hand if you're not gay or something. What provoked that? What? Are you going to perform your music or not? Because now that's what you did, buddy. That's what happened to you. That shit wasn't even in my mind. I just came for a performance.
graceful Jeffrey Epstein need to end today.
Oh.
The individuals lying about me are devoid of ethical
Yeah, I
standards.
seen that, Jay.
Humility
Trump posted a picture of him as Jesus and healing the sick. And I didn't see it, but somebody else said he deleted it, but he didn't delete the picture of a monkey that he posted. Fuck that mean?
Respect. I do not object to their ignorance, but rather
He
I
thought he
reject
looked
their
like a doctor.
mean-spirited attempts to defame my reputation.
Niggas playing in
never
our
been
face.
friends
Not my
with
face, though.
Epstein.
They playing in their face.
Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time, since overlapping in social circles is common in New York City and Palm Beach.
Just ignore the numerous photos of Melania with Trump and with Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell.
He definitely ain't playing in my face.
I mean, they're
not
right
my
there at
shit.
your fingertips. Don't look them
Not
up.
my not
Clearly,
this
she didn't have
not this handsome
like
face.
a relationship, a friendly relationship with Epstein and Maxwell. She just photographed with them multiple times. That's all, you know. I find it a little hard to believe that they weren't friends.
She
or
said they went to the
close
parties,
in some
same
capacity.
parties sometimes.
Jiminy Christmas,
Social circle.
again, the director of her documentary that just came out is Brett Ratner, who is in the Epstein files. I imagine they probably met through Epstein. I mean, that's just a hunch. I don't know that for sure, but that's quite a coinky-dink, don't you think? Like, I feel like she doesn't do a good job of, like, actually convincing people that that there's no, like, connection between her and Epstein and Maxwell, that they weren't really friends. Because it flies in the face of what your eyes can see. The photos, the emails that just came out. Like there's plenty of things to suggest they were friendly at the very least.
She just said
Maybe she
it.
wasn't like an Epstein victim per se, but it does seem like she was a pal to Maxwell and Epstein.
To be clear, I never had a relationship with Epstein or his accomplice, Maxwell. My email reply to Maxwell cannot be categorized as anything more than casual correspondence.
What?
My polite reply to her email doesn't amount to anything more than a trivial note.
So they was emailing. So she had your email and she was talking to you. Come on, bro. And she said it was nothing more than casual correspondence. What the fuck does that mean?
I am not Epstein's victim. Epstein did not introduce me to Donald Trump. I met my husband by chance at a New York City party in 1998. This
party?
initial encounter with my husband is documented in detail in my book, Melania.
Nice,
I'm not
big
reading
shout
that.
out for her book. That's huge. I'm surprised she also didn't make a mention of the documentary
I'm not
or
reading that.
her cryptocurrency Melania coin. This was a great opportunity
I'm not
for her to
buying
shout
that.
out the shit coin. What the fuck? She missed a huge marketing opportunity, but at least she got to name drop the book,
I'm
so
not
everyone
buying
can go
that.
pick that puppy up. I know everyone's really biting at their nails, just salivating, waiting to get their hands on more Melania content, and luckily she addresses that while talking about Epstein. And I like how she uses
smart.
that as evidence like, nope, this can't be true about meeting Trump through Epstein, because if you read my book, I actually documented the first time we met.
Nope, that's not true, because in my book, I told you how I met him. Duh. Everybody knows that. I told you how I met him. It was at a 1999 party. Duh. It's in my book.
And you know you can't lie when writing a book. Like, it's 100% truthful. It's got to be. It's a
I
book.
published it. It's real.
You can't make shit up there. Like, what the fuck? That's not evidence.
Damn,
I have no idea if she actually meant Trump through Epstein or the parties there or whatever. I don't know. But it's not like this shuts anything down. Again, this only makes people think that there is a more deep connection here between Melania and Epstein than previously thought. Like, before, it was just rumors and, like, potential explanations and theories. But her coming forward, once again, just adds more fuel to that fire, because she doesn't actually really prove anything at all. She just, once again, reminds people of it. And I imagine a lot of people that were watching this didn't even know that Melania had so many photographs and stuff with Epstein and Maxwell, or had, like, the emails with Maxwell.
I didn't know that.
I bet this actually put it on people's radar. And like I said, this really did come out of nowhere, because it's not like Epstein was a huge topic at the moment. With everything else going on, pretty much no one was talking about Epstein until she brought it up here. Which, I mean, again, I think it's great that people are reminded of it, because it's a huge fucking problem. It is extremely important, and there is still no justice even being pursued by this administration.
Our world, I live here too. The people that run your country are Epstein.
And so I am glad to see more people talking about it again.
Epstein is maybe Epstein is a president along the way.
How this happened, I would have never predicted something like this to go down here. And like I said at the beginning, she does have like a whole like minute and a half worth at the end of her press conference here dedicated to talking about how important it is, and how Epstein wasn't working alone, and how there still needs to be justice, and that the survivors need to be heard. We need to get more information. That's huge, and that is correct. We do need that. So hopefully we can start moving in that direction. I mean, the First Lady has now just made a big press conference, and it was brought up here, and it is very different than the official administration stance. So what happens now, I wonder? I'm just very curious to see
he has to respond.
What comes next, because Donald Trump's wife has now just directly gone against what he says in regards to the Epstein.
That's what's so crazy to me. I said that halfway in the video, but it's like this is directly against his best interest and what he said. And like, remember, they were like, he's exonerated, and she said this needs further investigation. What the hell? She probably with him right now. They gotta go to sleep together.
Epstein files publicly. So I guess we'll see how it all shakes out.
Thank you, Moist Critical, for always being unbiased and always giving us the information. W video. I guess we do see where it goes from here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. I don't know what's gonna happen after this, but I'm not involved though. I'm just watching, just like you guys. W video. I'll catch you in the next one, YouTube. Everybody say bye to YouTube. Fine shit.